Hello and welcome to another edition of Adam's Music Box, where today marks one of the most tragic anniversaries in music. It was the day that Marvin Gaye was fatally shot by his father at the traditional family home in West Adams, a part of LA. And the world lost one of the most important musicians of the 20th century because of that. Now, Marvin Gaye was many things. He was a composer, a band leader, a songwriter, a soundtrack composer, and of course, he was someone with that golden voice who was arguably the most prolific star of Motown in the 60s with hit after hit after hit. But it was in the 70s when Marvin Gaye really sort of crafted an image of someone who could write peerless love songs, even ones that pushed the envelope. It was the 70s, though. Envelopes were being pushed under doors and the rest of it. He could be political, he could be socially conscious. And if you see some of the films of the live concerts he produced, including one that was shown on the Midnight Special that's recently been uploaded to YouTube, you can see just what a great live performance he put on. Every detail perfect, every musician in his band absolutely wonderful. And of course, he sounds just as good live as he does on record. Now, his final album in his lifetime was Midnight Love in '82, a really great album. But my favorite album of all is I Want You from 1976. To me, it just has that perfect mix of brilliant arrangements, lots of synthesizer, lots of great percussion, lots of just great playing from all of the musicians on there. It was co-produced by Leon Ware, a great musician in and of himself. David T. Walker, one of my absolute favorite guitarist of all time. You should definitely check out his solo albums. He's on there, as was Melvin Wawa Watson. Another Ray Parker Jr. was on there. Ghostbusters, that Ray Parker Jr. And of course, you had Jerry Peters as one of the pianists, as well as Sonny Burke. Wonderful, wonderful guy. You had Chuck Rainey, one of the great session and funk bass players of all time, among many others. Now, all of Marvin Gaye's albums had some of the best session jazz and R&B musicians, but for me, this is where it really comes together. So I would definitely check it out. It's been heavily sampled by a lot of great hip hop artists, as have many of his albums. But yeah, definitely check that out. Everyone knows 1971's What's Going On. It was the first Motown album that actually was political rather than just fun. So he broke down a barrier there. But all of his albums were good. He didn't put out a dud by any means, and his soundtrack work equally amazing. So check out all of the Marvin Gaye albums, frankly, but maybe start with that one. Let me know what your favorite is. I'm sure you probably have one. And of course, we can only think of his sad death, but also celebrate the life in which he was troubled in many ways. He was not a happy man, but he did seem at peace and enjoy when he was on stage doing what he did best. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.